Om Sadashivasamarampham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Punjab, the prayer verses, 2 verses?
Yes. Start with the Shanti part?
Yeah, the two Shanti part, the 2 verses there.
Yeah, okay. Om Shanno Mitrasham Varunah Shanno Bhavatmadhyama Shanna Indro Brihaspati Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ridam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu
Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam
Avatu Vaktaram Om
Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Sisha Adusasana.
Yeah. Now we did the part of the convocation address.
Sorry, Swamiji, which page?
285 in this book. Yeah.
Yes.
That is chapter 1, 11th verse. 11th subsection, yeah. So he had said after the teaching the Veda, the convocation address, he said, and we had stopped at a very interesting point last time when he said, those good qualities about myself that is there in me, take it. As a personality, as a functioning entity. Not the other kind. If there is a problem, please don't take it. Okay? Because no human being is perfect in his behavior or in his achara. In fact, among the Taoist philosophers, in Taoism, every realized soul is supposed to have one vice. Yeah, one vice, VICE. He is supposed to have, officially. Yeah, that is supposed to make him human. Okay, yeah. Yeah. For some, it may be eating too much. For some, it may be wine. Yeah, because in Taoism, wine and all is not prohibited for the sadhus. Okay, yeah. That's why martial art styles like the drunken monk and all have come up. Yeah. Drunken monk, drunken monkey. Yeah. So, that is what he says, the teacher says. Take only my good qualities, not the problematic ones. They may be. Like that generation, Gurudev's generation. That generation never recognized, those who are 100 years plus today, never recognized smoking was a problem, was a health issue. So many of them were regular smokers. They did that, yeah. So, yeah. Many sadhus also I have seen, older generation. Yeah. Just a habit. In what way does it prevent you from knowing the truth? Just a physical habit. Or enjoying food, becoming great foodies. Yeah. I remember Swami Gopalananda of Rishikesh, our own ashram setup. I remember in one of the bhandaras when I was serving, I used to always make him sit because he would get very excited. He'll say, go, do this, do that, do that, do that. So I'll say, Swamiji, aap baithiye. Along with the other sadhus, one of our sadhus should sit. You are the senior most, please sit. It was more to keep him out of So he would say, I know I have served him 15 gulab jamuns. I have served him. And there were 4 of us serving gulab jamuns. It was a big bandara, 200 people. I have served him 15. So after that, when we were sitting to eat, he is coming and saying, Rammohan, मेरे को गंगा का उस पार दिखता है, इस पार नहीं दिखता है. Because his stomach has become so much extended so much with all the food, so I can see only that side of the Ganga, not this side. This bank I can't see, only that bank I can see. Because he was making a joke of it, but the fact is, that is a problem. Behavioral issue, because health-wise it's a problem. No itarani. sometimes even a good thing can become a problem. Now I am going to say something which may appear a bit controversial, but you all know me, I never back down from any controversial issues. My own guru, Swami Dayanandji, he used to always, and a lot of people know this, he openly has said it, he used to say, I never learned to I leave it to the people and doesn't get done. Yeah. He used to say, I never learned to manage my own compassion. He was over compassionate to all the wrong characters also. So it would create a problem for the others, not for himself. For himself also sometimes, because he would be compassionate to someone and the people behave like snake in the grass after that, with him. So sometimes even a good quality can be a problem. That's why the Guru is saying here, no itarani, only follow what is good about it, don't follow anything else. Any other quality, anything that can become a problem for functioning, don't follow. Okay? Yeah. All right. Then he says, Yekecha asmaka shreyasa brahmana. Okay. Not only me, he says, I am your guru, you will do seva, that is fine. But asmakam shreyaha brahmana. Among the other intellectuals, scholars that you know, okay, brahmana, remember, always sattva guna pradanaha brahmana. Scholarly people. Okay. Whenever the Upanishad talks about brahmana, etc., in a praiseworthy manner, it's always by guna. Okay, it's always by guna. So he says, Tesham tvaya asanena prashvasitavyam. He says, you must offer them a seat, this, that. Meaning, you must do seva for them also, because they are learned people, they are helping people, they are spreading this knowledge. So he may not be your guru, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, but that seva, that offer of help should be there for others also. And Shraddhaya Dheyam, you should always give in charity. Okay? What is charity? Sharing what you have with those who don't have. Okay? Sharing what you have with those who don't have. No, none of us is so big or so small that we cannot give or receive help. All of us are in that same mode. None of us are so big that we can't receive help. There will be things which we don't know, which we need help from someone. And vice versa, which we have in lots of it, we can share it with others. It can be anything. Money, materials, time, yourself in terms of your emotional being there for someone. All that. Yeah. Knowledge, wisdom, anything and everything. Okay. He says that when you are sharing, Shraddhaya Deyam, give it with some Shraddha. Ashraddhaya Adeyam. Not Shraddhaya Deyam, Ashraddhaya api Deyam. Without Shraddha also give, as long as you give it. Says Shraddhaya Deyam. Ashraddhaya Adeyam. Without Shraddha, don't give. Don't give it just to get rid of a problem. This is what the beggars do. They'll come and trouble you, isn't it? Why? So just so that they will go away, you will give them a coin. Give them something. No, that's not the way. If you are giving, give it out of Shraddha. Now here comes a question. What if I don't feel like giving? So elsewhere the Upanishad says, I forget from where it is, Danena adanam tara esha setu. This is the setu, this is the bridge What? Danena adanam tara. I don't feel like giving. You're gone to a temple. These characters are all useless characters. Yeah, it's from the Samaveda, but I forget which section. What is it? Okay. He said, you give. Try to get some attitude. Find some reason in your head so that, chalo, de do. He says, danena adanam tara. Cross over your feeling of not giving by giving, he says. It is from here, Puja Swamiji made a statement, fake it to make it. It will work in some areas, okay, not all areas. Some areas will work. In things like this, it will work. Because once you give, you always get a certain joy because you could help someone. Or you could contribute to a worthy cause. Moment you do that, then you feel something, then the thing comes up again, then you will share what you have with those who need it. Therefore, but ideal thing is Shraddhaya Deyam, Ashraddhaya Adeyam. Without Shraddha, don't give. Don't curse the character and give him something. That's not the way. Yeah. Shriya Deyam, with a sense of modesty. Okay. With a sense of modesty. Arey, thank God I could do this. Thank God I could do that. God has given me enough so that I could share it with people. What the Lord has given, I'm Shriya Deyam. Then Biya Deyam. Give it with a sense of fear, he says. Fear meaning, hey, I'm giving it, I should not do anything wrong with this. That type of an awareness that, hey, I should not let in arrogance, this, that, etc. creep into me. Yeah. I am the world's greatest philanthropist. Nor I am giving. Why? I set up a foundation. I will give. And what is the money being used for? Anti-India activities, conversion activities. Biyadeyam. Hey, have some fear of this thing. Don't do anything wrong with that. Let your charity be not something that will be used for wrong purposes. Don't give it to a drunkard, for example, or a drug addict. If you want to pay for his de-addiction program, do that. That's a different thing. Yeah, for a de-addiction program, if you are paying, that's fine. Yeah, but don't give him the money. He'll go and spend it on drugs. Yeah, because it is not that the drunkard has less need for money. He has more needs. Have you all seen that movie, My Fair Lady? Pygmalion. Where that lady's father, just because I drink doesn't mean my needs are less. My needs are more. I have to pay for my drinks as well, isn't it? Yeah. But you should know whom to give it to. Yeah. Yadeyam, Biyadeyam, Samvidadeyam. Okay. Yeah. Samvidadeyam. It should be in keeping with your ability, na? Yatha Shakti. Yeah. Yatha Shakti. Yeah. I always remember this one dhanam I got like this, one gift I got from this. I will never forget it. This was in, I think, 1980 or something. How many years ago was that? I was a young sadhu in Rishikesh. Okay? It was a winter evening. I was going to the ashram when an old lady called me from across the road. Elderly lady, probably from some village, she has come. So I thought she wanted help to cross the road or something. So I crossed and I said, "Haan Maji, kya you want to cross the road?" I said, "Nahi beta, bahut thand hai." I said, "Haan, thoda thand hai." She took 1 rupee from her wallet, from her purse, and said, "Beta, हमारा नाम पे एक चाय पी लेना, बहुत ठंड है ना." For her, that 1 rupee was meant something. Okay? Yeah. And that time I was living as a sadhu in Rishikesh, so 1 rupee was something. Okay. Because we didn't have a bank account in Rishikesh at that time. Yeah, whatever we had, we had. Whatever we got from Bhiksha, etc., that's it. But what I am saying is that attitude of that lady, you know. She could give only that much, but she thought, oh my God, this youngster is walking around in the cold like this, being a sadhu. So, that's it. Attitude. Yeah. Some years ago, for Swamiji's talks, we went to an industrialist to invite him as a chief guest for Swamiji's talks. Now, that's a general convention. You invite as industrialist for a chief guest, he'll come, talk for 10 minutes, inaugurate the program, give some donation, and go. I mean, that's a normal custom. The industrialists know it, the NGOs know it, sadhus know it. It's all established custom. So we sent a letter to this person saying, you know, we'd like to invite you to. I was not much for it to send to this particular person, but others were feeling, no, he's one of the richest industrialists here, we should, in Bombay. I said, okay, then. And he replied back saying, I am not keeping good health, but I'll send my son instead. Now we cannot say we don't want him. Okay. So he said, thank you, and that, okay. He came. Now he's seeing all of us sitting in the audience, okay? Front row. All the sadhus are there. The world's greatest expert on the Gita is sitting on the dais. This person bores us on the Gita for 45 minutes. And that speech of his was written by Sam Tambram. That also I know. Some mama in his office has written for him. Some secretary or someone who's a mama. Typical Tamilian mama. Because the language is like that. Each community has a way of using language. So I know that from that style, some mama has written this. And later on I found out it was true. Some mama had written it. 45 minutes he bored us. And he left without giving a pie. He got a pie. No, not Birla. Birlas are better.
Probably it was Mukesh Ambani. I was there for the talk.
Yeah.
Inaugural talk for at Birla Madhusri.
Yeah, it was at Birla Madhusri, correct. No names mentioned, okay? They're fine. Yeah. Now,
I also attended that talk.
Yeah, Yatha Shakti it should be. Yeah. Now, we can understand in Bombay, a lot of people come to Bombay to fundraise. So the funds get distributed to among many people. That's understandable. Yatha Shakti. Yeah. Like, look at what Sonu Sood, that actor, did during COVID times. Phenomenal work. Phenomenal. Yeah. Yatha Shakti, what you are capable of. And you never know what you are capable of unless you try, okay? Yatha Shakti. You don't have to go to the other extreme of giving so much that you damage yourself. That's also not true. There is one, now many of you who are into astrology may not know this. There is one fate here to guard against. You have to always check with your astrologer. Ye hai kya mera horoscope mein? It is called Dharma Moola Kula Nashanam. Dharma is the moolam, the root for your family to be destroyed. That means you will give away so much in charity and things like that, and spend money on homas, pujas, this, that, etc., all that stuff, that finally your descendants are left with nothing. There is nothing to give it to your people. Your family is destroyed in the process. Now that is, you shouldn't go to that extreme as well. Yatha Shakti, okay, yeah, Yatha Shakti. Samvidadeyam. Now he is coming to another important point. Yeah. Another very, very important point he is coming to. Okay? He is saying, he is coming to a very, very important point. He says, Atha yadi te karma vichikitsa va vritti vichikitsa syat. If you have a doubt with respect to a karma that has to be done, or with a vritti, a type of behavior that you need to do. Okay? Either karma or karma meaning homas, pujas, etc. Something like that. You may have a doubt. Arey, should be done this, should it be done that? Or with a particular way of behavior in a particular setup. Is this the right thing? It may be a worldly action. Is this the right thing to do? Or is this not the right thing? Because there are always grey areas. Life is not black and white. Life is a million shades of grey. And maturity is being able to handle the grey. Maturity is that, in learning to handle the grey areas of life. Black and white is easy to handle. That's even a child can do that. This is a grey that is troublesome. Therefore, if there is a grey area, karma vichikitsa va vritti vichikitsa, what do? I may not be there for you to consult. Remember, all these are youngsters passing out into life. What do you do? This is applicable for anyone, okay? Ye tatra brahmanaha samarshinaha. Okay? All right. Then he said there are other scholars. Brahmanaha samarshinaha. Samarshinaha is vichara kushalaha. Vichara kushalaha. Okay? Vichara kushalaha. Yuktaha ayuktaha. Yuktaha, they are people of integrity. And they are capable of seeing an issue from all sides. Yeah, Punjabi Krishna, you have a doubt?
That's why earlier he said, Kushalamna Pramadidavya. Don't neglect your
Yeah, developing your individual capacity, that is.
Yes.
Here, other people, seniors in your line. Okay? Yeah.
When he said
Yeah.
about giving, don't give so that it destroys you completely.
Yeah.
Without giving anything.
Because it's a grey area, you have a doubt. You are not capable of resolving it yourself. Therefore, he says there are people like this in society. Yuktaha, ayuktaha. Not ayuktaha, ayuktaha. All asamantat yuktaha. From all sides they have seen an issue.
Swamiji,
Yeah?
what about the Raja Harishchandra?
Hold on. Let me finish this, then you can bring in those type of examples. Okay? Yeah. Yukta, ayuktaha. Then, not only that, alukshaha. They are not cruel people, meaning they are not judgmental. This has to be done like this only. Anything else is wrong. Not judgmental. Not judgmental. Yeah. Not harsh. Important. Not harsh. Not hypercritical. Not hypercritical. Because if you are harsh, hypercritical, you will only see black and white. You will not see shades of grey. Okay? Okay, aluksha. And dharma kamasyu. But at the same time, they are committed to dharma. It is not liberal thinking. Sab chalta hai. What is right, what is wrong. After all, who knows? Let anything happen. No. Dharma kamasyu. But not harsh and critical. Aluksha. Dharma kamasyu. Yatha te tatra varteran. How are they functioning in that situation? Tatha te vartetaha. You also function the same. Or you discuss with them and do it, he says. Look for these role models in society. Each person needs that. When you are young, when you are just graduating out, how will you? Yeah. Because It's always an issue, no? Always grey areas. Yeah. When your guru is available, fine, no problem. Swamiji, this is no issues. You'll be surprised at the number of people calling me up. Even I was surprised at the number of people calling me up after Swamiji's Samadhi. Why? They recognize I am not judgmental. I am a plain speaker. I'll speak the truth as it is without any hesitation, without any this. At the same time, I'm not judgmental or this thing. They recognize that. They call me up. Okay, fine. Yeah. Because there will be issues that even sadhus face, I'm telling you. Yeah. That requires some debate and discussion with someone hopefully older and wiser. Okay. Yeah. Therefore, he's highlighting a very important point. You don't have to suffer in conflict alone. If you are in conflict, recognize where to seek help and whom to seek help from. Don't go to another conflicted person. You are confused about something, don't go to another confused person. Don't go to someone in the media who is interested in controversies. Yeah. Don't go to someone with a bias. Like an 18-year-old is free to choose whom to marry, but a 42-year-old woman cannot join an ashram if she wants to. High Court case in Madras. An 18-year-old can marry out of the community without parental permission. Good. But what about a 42-year-old becoming a monk? Sadhguru's daughter is married and settled down. Why is he encouraging other women to become monks? He wants to marry, want to become a monk, be a monk. You think we encourage everyone to become monks or what? We turn away most people. Yeah. Yeah. For every monk, 15-20 people would have been turned away. That's how it is. Yeah. Anyway, therefore, whom do you go to? Now, the High Court judge is seeing it, but can you say he is free from bias? When you look at the bigger perspective, 18-year-old can choose to get married. So why can't a 42-year-old choose to be a monk? It's not an 18-year-old saying, I want to be a monk. That's understandable if you ask a question. 42-year-old. Yeah, perspective. Go to people who are unbiased, have a perspective of things. Not just because of a position, I am a High Court judge. So, as though judges are not fallible. When I see some of the judgments, they are the most valuable people. Anyway, that apart. Okay. Then, atha abhyakhyateshu. Someone has been accused of a crime or has done a mistake in the past. This happens very much nowadays. Like Jaggi Vasudev himself. Why is he being accused? Because his work is stopping a lot of conversion activities. Kanchi Acharya was also accused of the same thing. A false case was put on him. One of my own batchmates, Guru Bhais, there were cases put on him by some Christian missionaries. Yeah, false cases. He won it in the court, but the media still that those cases are there. He won it in the court. Okay, yeah. But the media, the cases are still there. Because they are presented to the media, and something on social media lasts for eternity. It has got a life of its own, it will outlive you. Therefore, how to deal with these people? Abhya, atha abhya khyateshu, who have had some problem like this in their life, some ill reputation, etc. What do you do then? Same thing he says, te tatra bhamanaha samarshina. How are the other scholars? Samarshinaha and yuktaha, people of integrity, who can look at it from different issues. Aluksha dharma kamasyo, not judgmental, non-critical, but dharma kama, committed to dharma. Yatha te teshu varteran, how do they behave with these people? Tatha teshu vartetaha, similarly you behave with them. Yeah. Because a false accusation can be made, or let us say a genuine mistake had been made by the person. Genuine mistake he had made. He did something wrong, he paid the price for it. Now what? Now what? Is he the same person he was when he made the mistake, or is he a different person now? Is he a changed person? Then fine. Mistakes can be made by anyone. Yeah. Therefore, he says again, if you are in doubt, if you can't analyze it, if you don't know the big picture, follow the lead of people like this in society. But he puts that qualities this thing, committed to dharma, people of integrity, who can see a problem from all sides, not harsh and critical, analytical but not harsh and critical, committed to dharma, compassionate. These type of people, how they, difficult to get these type of people, okay? Such type of people. What if such a person like this is accused? Then what do you do? Yeah. Like the Kanchi Acharya fitted with all these qualities, but he himself was accused of a false case. And there is a Shankara Kaikirya Sabha, a Sabha who is called Kinkaras. Kinkaras meaning Sevaks, who will do anything for Shankaracharyas. Not one of them had the guts to come forward and do anything. They were all there to worship him when things were fine. When something like this happened, nobody was available. The first person to meet him was my Guru. He went to the jail to meet him. He organized the Vishwa Hindu Parishad people together to give him a proper legal defense. And he came out of the whole thing. He is innocent of the whole thing. Yeah. But all the devotees were scared to get involved. In fact, I asked the Matham here in Shankara Matham, where I am sitting and teaching right now. They were also scared to do. I said, let's have a prayer meeting for him. No? Protest meeting and all, I knew they would never be able to do. Will not have the guts to do. I said, let's have a prayer meeting. We pray for his welfare. Oh, no, we shouldn't get involved in politics. When will the Hindus wake up? I don't know. Really, when will the Hindus wake up? Yeah. I mean, we are not asking you to do it in Chennai where the DMK government can harass you. We are saying do it in Bombay, where they are powerless. Scared. There is no dharma kama. There is no kama for dharma. Yeah. Only go take his blessings. Swamiji, give me your blessing so that I will get some more money, my daughter will get married, my choices will happen. This, that's all you want. Anyway, all this, here the guideline is given, okay? So if you all face something also, have the courage to stand up for things, okay? Okay. Esha vartetaha. Esha adesha. Esha upadesha. This is my final adesha, my final address. My final teaching, he says, Esha Upadesha. This is a teaching. Upadesha is not advice or something. Teaching, okay? Instruction. Esha Vedo Upanishad. This is the Upanishad and the Veda, this is part of that, he says. Okay? Etad Anushasanam. This is Anushasanam. Okay? Anushasanam is not a simple talk. Okay? It's something when you are invoking the higher, there is a blessing involved in it, there is a command involved in it, there is an instruction involved in it. All this is Anushasanam. There is no exact English translation, so don't ask me to translate it. Okay? So here the character has translated it as divine behest. Okay, whatever it means. Okay, but it involves all these things. Okay. Evam upasitavyam. Do an upasana on this, meaning make it your own. Make it your own. Let this be your guideline in life, he says. Imagine what a guideline is given to youngsters, young graduates, 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds coming out. What a beautiful advice is given. Okay. Etat upasitavyam. Evam che etat upasyam. Repetition. This is what is upasyam. This is how you need to live your life, he says. This is how you need to live your life. This is how you live. This is how you live. Because living like this, you are following the path of dharma. Dharma is the base for artha, kama, moksha. Remember, all these are youngsters graduating out. So they have to make a life. Life is about artha and kama, isn't it? You need your securities, your wealth, money, etc. You need kamas, you need desire fulfillment, get married, have family, kids, etc. Most people follow this path. Therefore, for artha and kama, dharma is the basis. And if you want moksha, there also dharma is the basis. Moksha is parama purushartha, the ultimate. So for that also, dharma is the basis. A life of dharma and living a life of dharma while pursuing artha kama with karma yoga buddhi prepares you for moksha. Once that is done, you are fine. If these youngsters live like this, by the time they are 40s, 50s, etc., they will want to live for moksha. Earlier, they will start studying, like how you all are studying from me now. They will start studying. By the time they are in their 30s and 40s, they will start studying. Because certain base they have achieved. Yeah. By the time they are 50, 60, they are ready for sannyasa. Yeah, for moksha straight. Yeah, that's how the lifestyle was. The Vedic lifestyle was that. Best retirement plan in the world was taking sannyasa. Yeah. Now in this dharma, Vinita had a question. I said I'll ask, give you time for it later. You had asked something about Harishchandra. What is that? You are muted. Unless you unmute, I can't hear you.
So, Raja Harishchandra, like, you said, no, you don't do things that will put you in a situation where you are not, you're left with nothing, kind of.
Yeah.
So, what
Yeah.
about his story?
Yeah, there was an extremity, there's an extremeness in his behavior, which is not advisable for everyone. There will always be a few cases like this in society. They can be inspirational, but they cannot be followed. Absolute truth. There is no absolute truth in the relative world. Relative world is full of relative truths. But he tried to follow it in an absolute measure. He is praised for it. He is held as an ideal, but all of us are not aspiring to be like him. How many of us are aspiring to be Harishchandras? Tell me. All of us are truthful people, right? Yeah, or Karna's generosity, correct? Self-damaging. It was self-damaging. Yeah. Bhishma's vow that he will support the throne of Hastinapura. But in Bhishma's case, he gave a solution for it. He said, remove me from the scene. Remove me from the scene. I'll tell you how to kill me. Once I am dead, dharma will survive. Yeah. So, those are inspirational figures. Yeah. Not necessarily that everyone can become like that. No, but they inspire. Yeah. So, in moments of problems, etc., okay, these are inspirational people available. And, all of us are clear about dharma at our individual levels. More or less, we are clear. Even at a relational level, family, etc., that much also we are more or less clear about dharma. What the Hindu society has not really in the modern age adopted, olden days it was there, in the modern age adopted, is dharma at a social level. You look at our people, we will keep our homes spick and span, hygiene, cleanliness, everything. What about outside? What about the road outside Shankaramatam? Yeah. Hey, whose job is that? Oh, BMC. So, follow up with the BMC. Na? They will do it. If you chase them a bit, they will do it. Yeah. So, social level, we are poor. We will give individual charity to people, etc., etc. But institutionalized charity, we don't do. Not enough. Not enough. It was high in the country once upon a time. Once upon a time, even roads, water management, all was done by individuals. Roads were built by individuals. But that social level dharma, we are poor in. We have not adopted it. For whatever reason, foreign rule, this, that, etc. problem. And dharma at the national level, very poor. Very poor. National sense of patriotism, etc., in whatever manner you can have. In what way are you contributing to the national effort? At least pay your taxes, don't evade them. Avoidance is one thing, evading is another. Don't evade. Yeah. But at what level is the patriotism? Poor. Dharma at the national level is very poor. Even people who are doing dharmic actions is that we want to pull them down. Yeah. You may not agree with the person always, that's okay. Like I don't agree with everything that Sadhguru says or does. I don't agree with him. Yeah. Spiritually speaking, he is too narrow focus as far as yoga is concerned. Nothing more. And even that he has not studied the Yoga Sutras or the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, etc. So I don't agree with everything he says. But the guy is doing good work at the national level. Reviving the Kaveri, etc. Soil conservation work. Huge work. Will we pull them down? So at national level, because dharma excludes. If the world doesn't exist, how are you going to exist? Yes, ultimately it would be Vasudeva Kutumbam. The whole earth is one. Even if we can't go up to that much, at least go up to the national level. We will protest for a terrorist being killed in Palestine. And argue locally that why should we stand up for national anthem in the theatre? But that much you can't do, stand up for national anthem. It should be left to freedom of choice, no? The neighbor can go and join, the neighbor's son can go and join the army. My son, no way. Why? Because dharma at the national level, we are not following. This is a fact. Yeah. A fact. We are poor in that. Hindus, as this, are poor in that. We have to really examine that. Yeah. Yeah. because dharma is global. What use is your culture, your heritage, your family, your money, your this, if the nation doesn't exist? What happened to the culture and heritage of people in Egypt? The builders of the pyramids, where are they? Persia, where are they? The country's name itself is gone. It is divided between Iraq and Iran. Persia was a great empire, was a great nation. A lot of Hindu influences were there. Where is it? So if your nation is gone, forget your heritage, your culture, your this, your food habits also will go. Tirupati, it's already happened. Food habits gone. Contaminated ghee. Of course, it's being played up a bit. It's being played up a bit, I know that, but it's there. Yeah. So what will happen? Do we have a social responsibility, a national responsibility? That's part of our dharma. If that is not done, yeah. That's why there was, in our heritage, there was even Rishi Ranam. What we owe the Rishis, in terms of this knowledge, what we owe the nation, what we owe our ancestors, all this Mahalaya that got over 2 days back, it's all about what we owe our ancestors, duty towards ancestors. Pitru Yajna, Deva Yajna, Bhuta Yajna, for the environment, etc. All that is part of dharma. We are ignoring all that. We are only focusing on our personal dharma. Yes, everything starts with the person, agreed. Everything starts with the person. But the person does not exist without the whole setup. You are not an island. You are not an island. So, to take that into account and function accordingly is part of dharma. That becomes the basis for artha, kama, moksha. Everything. Dharma is the basis. We can be very individualistic in our social approach. Okay? And we talk of being inclusive. If you are really inclusive, you should minimum think of national interest. Otherwise, inclusiveness is only a lip service to become some sort of liberal hocus pocus. I am inclusive to everything, all types of thinking, etc., etc. National thinking, no, nationalism is divisive. Idiot, your inclusive thinking will not exist. You think your inclusive lifestyle is possible if the Taliban walks into Kanyakumari? Inclusive thinking, how much of it is there in Pakistan? How much of it is there in Bangladesh now? Overnight it has changed, no? How much of it is there in Afghanistan? Inclusive thinking. You will be stoned to death for your choices. Yeah, if Sanatana Dharma is there, Hinduism is there, inclusiveness is everything you can talk about. Swamiji, this religion is divisive. Do away with religion. They tried that in communist Russia, under Stalin, in China under Mao. What happened? Learn from history. Have a historical perspective when you're talking to me about inclusiveness and things like that. Nonsensical. So, dharmo rakshiti rakshataha. Rakshitaha dharmaha rakshati. No, dharmo rakshiti rakshataha, we always say dharma protects its protectors. That is not the exact translation. Rakshitaha dharma, the dharma that is protected. Meaning you are always ensuring that dharma is there, the rule of law is there, national interest is there. That will protect the people. Rakshitaha dharmaha rakshati. That will protect everyone. That will ensure everything is going smooth. Therefore, you have to establish and always protect dharma. Project that. Otherwise, why should in the Upanishad the Rishi talk about all this? Satyam vada, dharmam chara, etc. Why should he start with all this? Yeah. After all, the Upanishad. No? Why should so much of meditations, etc. be given right in the beginning? That will take us to the next topic of pure Vedanta. Because without dharma as a base, Vedanta will not work. So if people are saying, I'm not really being established in dharma because your heart is not opened up, forget embracing the world, at least your nation you embrace. Yeah. That much. If you can't open up your heart to accept these, then you will shrink. Then how can you say I am everything? I am everything also will shrink. To what I know, I hold as everything. Me, myself, my family, max. That's it. Okay. There are also my cousin, etc. problematic characters. Keep them away. Some are outlaws. Keep them away. It won't work like that. That's not how the whole knowledge works. It has to be inclusive. Inclusive means being really inclusive. Yeah. And inclusiveness also means surgical removal of tumors, etc. Yeah. You are very inclusive, no? Very good. And you have a tumor somewhere in your body. Be inclusive. Be happy with the tumor, no? You say that? Remove it at first time. The same way here. There are some people who cannot be dealt with. You don't have to hate them. You don't have to forgive. You can forgive them also if you want, but you don't have to hate them. But you have to deal with them. In our traditional literature, they were called atatayis. Krishna mentions that Arjuna mentions that in the Gita. Atatayis are people who deserve to be shot at sight. Rapists, people who build down, burn down homes, temples, etc. They are called atatayis. Fanaticals. The terrorists of today, for example. Okay. So this is a big picture of dharma. Then from here you move into moksha. Artha kama, they skip it out because, hey, we are students of Vedanta. So straight into moksha. How jnana karma samuchaya is not possible becomes the next talk in the Bhashya. After that we go into pure Vedanta, which we will see next class. Okay? Yeah. If I open up that topic, it will become too huge today. Yeah. I'll need at least half an hour more. Yeah. Okay, so have a nice time. Take care. Om Tat Sat.